What's up, guys? What's up, Sandström? See if we can find some games. What's up, Matt? What do I do if they're going Cyclone Hellion as a response? Kind of depends on how early you catch on to it, but if you've already made Mutas, you kind of have to keep making Mutaling Bane, or like Mutas especially, while you're getting a Roach Horn and you're getting Roach Speed, right? Because you kind of want to pivot out of the Mutas. But if you try to just like stop making Mutas right away and go directly into Roaches, your Muta count is going to be too small to actually fight. So you kind of need to commit to mutating Bane for a little bit and then start adding in more roaches. Like once you have roach speed online and those kinds of things, right? So you can get the roach horn, start the roach speed. Yeah. You can fight decently versus cyclones with mutating Bane as long as you're fighting on creep and you're sending in links to tank the lock-ons, right? But it's not a composition you want to get stuck in, right? You don't want to get stuck in Cyclone versus Mutating Bane, because then they're gonna add in Woodmines, you're gonna add in Thors, and then suddenly you can't really fight well anymore. Yeah, so you want to commit decently to Mutas, but then pivot away to Roaches as soon as possible. But it's kind of a line walk. You have to be careful, right? Not to stop making Mutas too early. Scout the fast and go Cyclone as a response. Which is stuff like that you can. I mean, it's not something you can do reactively, really, but just because you're going fast lair doesn't really mean you're going Muta, right? You could be going Roach Warren and fast Roach speed, right? And that would be really strong versus Cyclones if you were doing that. So, like, whenever you're playing two base in any matchup, really, there's always gonna be like some level of of mind games to it, right? Hmm. But that doesn't mean like you're in a bad spot per se. I also think like the Cyclone response to two base Muta is pretty good. Because it kind of forces you out of the Mutas at some point. Just have to be, yeah. Like I think it's fine to commit to the Mutas initially, but just make sure you start transitioning towards Roaches, but not too fast. Got him. I do wonder if we should maybe play some NA or something instead. Because Korea is looking pretty dead right now. That means words. What's up, Killjoy? Ooh. Thank you very much for the 8 months, dude. Appreciate you. I'm doing good, doing good. Just chilling. The weather's been fairly nice recently here in Korea, so I've been trying to take advantage of that. It's been less hot this year than last year. Trying to get out on my bike as much as possible. What kind of bike? Road bike. More details. I have a giant Contend SL disc. Pics didn't happen. I post pics on Instagram, but I guess you don't follow me there. I could maybe post some pics in the Discord or something as well. Influencer to what an influencer? I mean, what do you mean? Like, what type of influencer? I don't really do any bike content. I just. Ah, you mean the Insta stuff? Just made an Instagram account? Nice. No, I just you know, when I'm not streaming, I post some pics of what I'm up to, some stories and stuff. Post stuff in my Patreon yet? Not yet, not yet. I could do that as well. I guess people use it as like a social media as well, right? The Patreon mostly I'm just using as like a coaching hub kind of thing. So yeah, but I could post some stuff there as well. Mm-hmm. Do we try NA, guys? 6-minute queue. I guess we just try NA. Okay, let's see if there's any games to be found. Gamers online. Looking pretty dead. If I queue patch spawn, you can snipe me. We'll try, maybe. We'll try queuing ladder for a little bit. We'll give the end ladder 4 minutes. And we'll, we can try some patches. I don't know. I'm a bit torn on it because while I think the patches spot is really good, and I think it's good that stuff kind of exists, but it's also not good for the game if the player base gets more divided. Yeah. Yeah, that is true. Low ladder. Yeah. Got a game. It was a long ass queue. Singapore. I'm not sure it's putting me in Singapore when I have the VPN enabled. It should put me on West, no? Ay, ay, ay. Have I tried Zero Space? I mean, I've tried it a bunch in the past. And again, I talked about this a lot. I kind of like the game. I think the game is very good, but as an RTS game that I want to try hard, it doesn't really scratch my itch. Yeah, no worries, no worries. I get it. I get it. I sometimes get Brazil when I play play NA, and then that's not very fun. I don't know why it puts me on Singapore though. Like I have my VPN enabled. I should be getting West or Central. I don't know how that works. But yeah, Zero Space, like I think it's very fun, but the simplified macro and like the simplified economy doesn't really do it for me in terms of like an RTS game. For me, it's kind of like a fun arcade game kind of thing, you know. Feels more like a MOBA than an RTS to me. I a game I could play for fun every now and then, but not a game I would like to try hard. I like classic RTS games. Like my top 3 RTS games, or top 4 I would guess, is like StarCraft 2, StarCraft 1, AoE 4, and AoE 2. And they're all like macro and economy focused classical RTS games, right? Mm. Kind of the same reason I never really got into Warcraft 3 either. The lack of macro and economy management. Okay, we got a game. SSD. Some of the games coming out. What are some of the games coming out? The Game of Thrones game? I need to see more. From what I've seen so far from like the Game of Thrones and also from Dawn of War, it also seems very similar, right? Like a very big lack of economy and macro, and just like kind of like a Company of Heroes style RTS games, right? Just not really my thing. Dawn of War games are very Company of Heroes. Yeah, that's what I've been getting so far from looking at it. Again, doesn't mean they're bad games at all. Like I think Zero Space is like a really well-made game, and I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being successful. It's just not my thing. Kind of don't like doing this on this map because the Reaper can come from different paths. But I guess it's most likely to go this way, right? I guess we'll even see it. Looks like our command center first. That's unfortunate.
새로운 여왕 준비됨. 여왕 생성. 새로운 여왕 준비됨. 진화.
Hello? Starting to click apparently.
공격받고 있음. 적이 일벌레 공격 중. 여왕 생성 성공. 군단병이 공격받고 있음. 받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 유전자 변형됨. 군단 변이됨. 적이 일벌레 공격 중. 새로운 여왕 준비됨.
Really lackluster creep spread here for me.
군락지가 직접 공격받고 있음.
Did not have my feelings hotkey. It'd be great if I could wait for +2 armor here before fighting.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 천막 중앙이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
There are my units. 100 units, but nothing inside.
광맥 소진됨. 광물지대 말라버림. 하나님 군단 병력이 공격받고 있어. 진화 완료.
Not the best player for me, for sure.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
I'm playing this very poorly.
광맥
I'm way too over-eager here.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 천막 중앙이 공격받고 있음. 광 군단 병력이
Missing, so
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 광맥
this is really bad. If I could just spend my money, the game would be instantly over. But macro's been slipping here.
변이 완료. 군단이 진화했음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 일벌레가 공격받고 있음. 광물지대 말라버림. 천막 중앙이 공격받고 있음.
Leonidas.
병력이 공격받고 있어. 군단 병력이 유전. 받아들일 수. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있어. 군락지가 직접 공격받고 있어. 왕맵 소진됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 왕맵 고갈됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 베스핀 반응이 고갈됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 광물지대. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 왕래 소진된. 군락지가 직접 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Storm Guard is actually pretty shit.
왕래 고갈됨. 유전자 변형됨. 베스핀 가늘천 소진됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군락지가 물지대 말라버림. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 왕맵. 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 베스핀 고갈됨. 군락지가 직접 군단 병력이 공격받고 말라버림.
Mid game here was extremely bad. We're floating like 3k minerals or something. Yeah, like here. Like if we just spend this money, the game just instantly ends, but I mean, it doesn't end, but we're in a really, really strong position if we just spend this money. I was missing a lot of injects. Yeah, we were getting a lot done with our run bites and stuff. But then I just did good work here. Yeah, I was doing a bad job of like maintaining my drone count. It was quite low for quite a while here. This was a bit scary, this moment here. But once we killed this base, the game felt comfortable. Did I kill my own infestor? And it looked like I did. I was wondering where my infestor went. This... Yeah, I killed it. How it goes, I guess. The best shift when using the backspace inject method? Yeah. When I do the backspace method, but I normally don't use it. I usually just do the camera hotkeys. Yeah, I think the commands into first openers are quite strong. New quarter, we shouldn't use shift now. Yeah, I guess. Thing is, like, when I use that method, I don't really mind if my queens wander because like I normally do it with my creep queens when they have a bunch of energy in the late game, right? Like I'll do the camera index the first 4 hatcheries, and then my creep queens will do the backspace inject method with. So when I'm doing it with the creep queens, I do want to stack injects, right? I don't just want to do like one round of injects with them. Foxer, thank you so much for the raid, man. Let's see if we can find a game now. It's been a struggle today so far. I think the game we just played was the first actual game of the day. We've been live for 45 minutes now. It's a lot of queuing. Yeah, no, it's been rough the last month or so, for sure. Like on all 3 servers, it's been really hard to find games. Has a lower play count. I'm not sure if it's like across the board, I don't think so. But it feels like the ladder at the top end is a lot less active, for sure. Now, for Korea server, it's hard to say if that's because of the patch or if it's because of the hackers, because Korea server has been like plagued by lag hackers and drop hackers since before the patch. And obviously since the VPNs started getting better, a lot of Koreans start playing EU ladder, so for Korea ladder I'm not sure, but it does feel like it across the board. EU and NA as well. Seems harder to find games. Alright, have a good night, dude. Yeah, it was a good game. GG, good night. Yeah. Yeah, the lag hack, like the drop hackers is a big problem for sure. For sure. Something they really gotta fix before they think about doing more patches, I think. We'll see if they do that though. Another CVT. But yeah, like I haven't really looked into it too much, but I do feel like the command center first openers are more difficult to play against overall. Feels like the Tyrant's timings are significantly better with command center first, but maybe that's not the case. It's kind of an off SCV timing. That's why. That would be why. Wish I would have cancelled that gas. Okay, so this was a 2-rax. Don't want to lose this. Don't want to lose that. Put some guys back into gas now. We definitely got away without the spine, I think. But...
새로운 여왕 준비됨.
Very late gas. Not likely to be BC or anything like that. Probably just went 3cc, looking at how late everything is.
여왕 생성 성공. 진화. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Viking. Face back.
새로운 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
A single eBay and a fast gas. This could actually be BC, maybe.
받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 천막 중앙이 공격받고 있음. 새로운 군단 병력이 여왕 생성 성공.
Hello, why do I keep clicking on this thing?
새로운 여왕 군단 병력이 진화했음. 여왕 생성.
I haven't actually seen any BC yet, so I'm not gonna make any disruptors.
받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 있음. 받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 군단이 진화했음. 공격 중.
It's very slow to expand here, which is good for us. Oh, let's not go over banings. No more drones here.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 적막 중량이 공격받고 있음. 유전자 진화 완료.
That instead.
점막 중량이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 일벌레가 공격받고 있음. 군단이 진화했음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 광맥 소진됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 광물지대 말라. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 변이 완료. 진화 완료. 광맥 소진됨. 광단이 진화했음. 받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 변형 광물지대 말라버린 변이됨. 광맥 소진됨.
Very chill game.
광물지대 말라버리. 군단병력이 공격받고 있음.
GG. Broach, thank you so much for the 400 bits, dude. Thank you very much, man. Did we just go Vipers because he had so many Banshees? Yeah, exactly. They're a very good answer to any pair on air that's not not PCs. GG. Yeah, there's nobody laddering on Korea. Like, there's nobody above 5k actually laddering. So we just have to keep trying on NA, I guess. Seems to be at least a few people playing here. Oh, that's very early.
군락지가 직접 공격받고 있어.
Very, very early. Where is this? But happy you just give up the
일벌레 공격 중.
natural here.
새로운 여왕.
I don't want to lose that queen though. That was bad. That was really bad actually. Really, really bad. Still making links though, so it might not be okay actually. I need to pull the drones earlier there. Was obviously was going for the queen snipe.
받아들일 수 없는 명령임.
Should be enough links. He's still making links actually. Hard to say what our position is. Should be behind, I guess. Made a lot of links, but losing that queen for free like that was quite sloppy by me.
새로운 여왕 준비됨.
Only on one queen so far. No gas, I think, so... Yeah, this is not too bad. Not too bad at all.
군단 병력이
We can take a
공격받고
fast
있음.
third here to capitalize on our map control.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 점막 위에서 변태해야 함. 군락지가 아직 받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 받아들일 수 없는 군락지가 직접 공격받고 있음.
Is this an 8 pool? I think it was an 8 pool, right? Kinda makes sense. Transition early, we way ahead? I don't think so. Because if he transitions earlier, he can't deny my natural. Yeah, this was an 8 pool. Right? Yeah. Like, if he's, let's say he stops at like 10 links or whatever. Like, I just retake my natural right away when my first queen spawns and like... Let's see. Like right now. And I'm double his worker count, you know? Like, his natural would be slightly faster than mine, but... He needs to have the links trickle in to actually be able to stop me here. I messed up here though, for sure. Like, I should... Like, as this queen is popping, I should already be pulling my drones. Like, we can easily pull drones here, we're so far ahead. But letting this queen die was quite sloppy by me. Especially not getting the inject off either. Was bad. Would have been less bad if we got the inject off, but... I think as is... It's not too bad. Not too bad. He didn't have an instant second queen, so he's not really able to snowball the larva that much. So I would say he's slightly ahead here for sure. It's 8 pull we get from it. I would say 8 pull is pretty bad, yeah. I think 10 pull is just better. Or like some sort of gas variant is better. It's like when you're playing pool first, or like an early pool, you're losing to pool first, right? And you're winning versus hatch first. But if your opponent is doing some other kind of early pool, then you want the strongest early pool versus other early pools, right? Because you're playing a rock, paper, scissors, but you don't want your rock to lose to other rocks, right? If that makes sense. So for that reason, I think like 8 pool is pretty bad. Hinkle 2540, thank you so much for the 2-month Prime 7. Well, the temp pool is basically the equivalent of 12 pool on the old patch. I think it plays out pretty much the same. Hmm. Up Sleepy Ray? Yeah, I'm doing good, doing good. Just yeah, just doing the same old, but everything is going fairly smooth. The only thing that's a little bit of a bummer recently is just the state of the game. The fact that the patch has kind of killed the Grandmaster ladder for the most part. But we'll see. There's gonna be some changes apparently. So hopefully they come sooner rather than later. Four-minute queue, guys. Oh. Western this time. Speed, what would be my response? Depends on like how early of an Evo Chamber we're talking. Like, are we talking like a standard 2-base opener where they wall off? Or do they have like a Evo Chamber in the back of their main base, right? Or like a super fast upgrade? Normally versus 2-base opener, or in the back. In the back, I wouldn't really change too much. Like, I would just do the same as I always am. I would not cancel the Bailing Nest. It's most likely when they're doing a fast upgrade, they're gonna go into Lings. Other than that, I would just play a standard 3-hatch opener. Yeah. Like, you can obviously drone a little bit more early on. You don't really need to make any safety links because they went Evo before the thing. What's it called? Evo before the or like upgrade before the link speed, right? You can cut some corners there. Pretty early hatchery.
새로운 여왕 준비돼.
Kinda weird. It's fine, I think, just to be safe.
병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 새로운 받고 있음. 진화 완료. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Yeah, the game was very straightforward because we got full scout twice with the first drillings and then with the speedling. Yeah. I think at this point we're very far ahead. Like our tech is so far ahead and we're not really behind in economy. Yeah. Yeah. I messed around a little bit with this build at the start of the patch, but the problem is just you're just losing so much larva doing this. So much larva. I mean, if I play hatch first, then those links will probably hit before my queens are out. At the very least, they force an equal amount of links, but yeah, the problem is just that Yeah, all the larvae you lost going for the builder in the early game. You were out for 1 month, and news of a patch or some changes to come. There's been some rumors that there's going to be a patch after BlizzCon, but nothing official as far as I know. Yeah. I mean, I think the only way they can salvage it at this point is just to revert the, at the very least, revert the worker start change and revert all the changes they did to accommodate for that, like revert the Reaper build time, the Adept build time, the hatchery cost, the larva production, the orbital command. Like, those changes should all get reverted, I think. And then we can actually test the other stuff a little bit. Eastern. Like a standard opener this time. Looking at that overload timing. At first.
새로운 여왕 준
Yeah, this... Everything is so late there in his wall, I'm gonna keep this Bailing Nest. Especially with the hatch first. It should really be up and running a bit faster here for him. No upgrades. Starting one upgrade right now. No roach speed yet. Double upgrade now. Something like this should be fine. Pretty solid drones. You might be making links here because there's no road speed. Still no road speed. Very strange. Don't really want to make any roaches until I know for sure there's not mutas happening here.
유전자 변형됨. 군단.
Making roach speed now, I'll make a few roaches. Okay, no mutas.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Cancel these guys, and now we just make roaches. Oh, I see. That's how it is, huh? Now it all makes more sense.
군단이 진화했음. 변이 완료. 유전자 변형됨. 군단. 진화 완료. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 공격받고 있음.
Yeah, this was weird. I should realize this was a possibility though when I saw how late this wall is, and then no link speed showed up. Like no links showed up. Because like the money has to go somewhere, right? If you're playing 2-base, there should always be like a fast wall happening. But he's like, this is too expensive, I think, what he's doing. Like double, like triple queen as well at home. This wall. Like he's not even ahead in economy really. Which kinda allows us to capitalize. But yeah, I should have realized at this point because the only reason this wall would be this late is if he was going links. And when I see no links showing up, I should be like, what's happening here? And then we just go here and kill this base, I think. But we're already in a really good position here, so... Why does it change from Windows mode to full screen? As it to yesterday Windows mode, today full screen? I have no idea, dude. It sounds very weird. Maybe you were playing on different accounts? Only thing I could really think of. Yeah. Yeah, once we saw the Hydras, the game was pretty straightforward. We knew we just needed to survive fading speed. It's a pretty good fight for us. We're down in units lost before the fight started. Just... What if he doesn't push? I mean, then I'm gonna push him. If he goes lurker, I mean, he can't really afford to go lurker here. Like, maybe he goes hiveless lurker, right? But even if he does, his army is gonna be so small. Because he's gone double Evo as well, right? Like, double Evo is not cheap. And it's not like he had like a super fast fourth or anything either. So it's like his economy is not that good. He could in theory be like have a lurker in right now, right? And more of like 3 lurkers, but he can't really ever push with those lurkers, right? So he loses full map control. We just go infestation pit. We can still do like bending run bys into the menu lines and stuff. Yeah. We won this game. We won this game. Mm. What switches do I have on my keyboard? I should say here actually, keyboard. Book Studios light tactile switches, but I've swapped the springs for lighter springs. I guess you could say they're like similar to brown, but a bit more crisp than the browns. They're lighter and crisper than the browns. Yeah, these ones, but again, I've swapped the springs, so they're lighter. Yeah, I used blues way back in the day. Way back in the day. Yeah, I've never tried magnetic switches. Something I do want to try at some point. It's just like I've been down into the switch rabbit hole quite a while, and I've gotten out of it. Not ready to dive back in. It took me a lot of testing and spring swapping and lubing and stuff to actually like get to these switches that I really like now. And it's like such a Pandora's box, is that the correct term? Where it's like there's infinite options and you're never really gonna be satisfied until you've tried everything. So it's just like yeah, I have something I really like now and I don't really wanna go through that process again at the moment. Like maybe when these switches starts to have, come to the end of their lifespan. Oh, not paying attention here. That's a little bit bad. Looks like it's a 12-11 though, so it shouldn't be too problematic.
새로운 여왕 준비됨. 일벌레가 공격받고 있음.
really bad. A lot of wasted gas.
적이 일벌레 공격 중. 군단이 진화했음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 변이 완료. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 새로운 여왕 유전자. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이
GG. Some bad micro for me this game, but other than that, it's pretty chill. Pretty chill. You're missing on the brown switches the audio feedback. I mean, I don't like the loud switches personally. Like as long as I can feel the accuration point, then it's fine. Why did we go for one more links? Well, we're ahead, right? We're ahead in economy, or like in tech and in economy as well, essentially. But it's like, what can he really do here? That's scary for us, right? He can keep making Bing Bane with like an Evo chamber, or he can go Muta, right? He can't really go Roach from this position because he doesn't have the larva and the income to actually do that, right? it's too expensive. You need more minerals to be able to make roaches, right? So 1/1 kind of just counters everything he can do, right? That's the only thing this would be bad versus would be like yeah, like a roach opener. Like if you would just go into like 2 base roach from here. Which he could in theory do, but the thing is he can't wall if he does that. It's like there's no creep here, right? So there's like no real good way for him to deal with this. The best thing he could hope for is to be doing the same thing, but he's gonna be doing it from a position where he's behind. And like maybe with some lucky baning hits he can turn it around, right? Can he roach plus bane? I mean in theory he could just make it go like roach bane now, right? Instead of the lair, but it's not really that scary because the numbers are gonna be so small. And I already have a spine, I can very easily just make a roach warren if I need to. Because like if he's not making drones here, right, and making roaches instead, he's not gonna have very many roaches. Like he can't really make roaches on 1 base economy. Right? I mean he can in theory, but he's not gonna have a lot of roaches if he does that. And then it's not really scary. Because the numbers are too small. And yeah, if he does the economic, I can also just, you know, I don't have to commit to this anymore, right? I can just get my own roach warren and transition into roaches from here. I could also go mute myself from this position, right? Like if you imagine instead of this lair, he's getting like a roach warren and he's making a bunch of roaches right now, right? Or like he's starting roach production right about now. He's not really gonna be able to push us really, and we can just start our own roach warren. And again, we could also just like hold out for mute us, but that would be the more scary option, I think. Like we can just make our own roach warren here, and because we have better economy, we can just. And we can keep on, yeah. And then going to roaches. Yeah, if he was going roaches, I would go roaches, right? And if he's not going roaches, I'm happy to just play Ling Bane because I'm gonna have a big upgrade advantage. Oh, it's a bit bad by me, this play anymore. Why is this base in this map? It's closer to the creep and the queens, so it's easier to defend. Take the other one versus Horse and Terran? Usually, yeah. Yeah. You mean the defense? No, like even with us making triple Evo Chamber, and we could have cancelled one of the Evo Chambers as well. Like, this is like after we made all the Evo Chambers, right? Even if he starts droning earlier, he's still gonna be behind. And he can't really start droning much earlier than he did, to be honest. We can look at the replay, but he could maybe make like one or two more drones earlier. Like once I cancel my hatchery. But if he stops making units too early and I'm actually like defending my natural, then it's really bad for him, you know? So that's like, you know, he starts droning very early. Like, basically as soon as I've cancelled my natural, he starts droning, right? Like, he didn't really make any more links after I canceled my natural. So this is like the earliest point he can really realistically cancel, or like stop production, right? And, you know, he can't really get further ahead than he was here. I mean, I personally prefer to do the queen before the hatchery, even when I'm transitioning with this. But yeah, I guess maybe his queen was a bit late, because normally you start the queen after morphing the banelings. It would be like, now you would start the queen, pull out a gas, start the queen, pull out a gas, make drones. It's a little bit late on starting the queen, for sure. But I like it to be able to like get the drone count back up again and get larva. I don't think it makes a huge difference though, to be honest. I think probably going hatch before queen is probably fine, I think. It really depends on the situation a lot of the time. But in a situation like this, where he sees my main base set up, I think, yeah, canceling the or going queen after hatch is probably better. It's like he couldn't really do much more than he did here in this situation. Like, he played as greedy as he could after I gave up the natural. So yeah. And like, you can see the situation we end up in here, right? It's just really, really good for us. And the thing is, like, he kind of has to go lair to somehow make use of his gas, right? Because in the time here when like he's waiting for his natural to finish, even if he would go natural before Overlord, or before Queen, I mean, he would still be floating a bunch of gas. So like, going for a fast third instead of the lair, you're just floating like 200 gas that you can't use. So yeah. The only way you can really get ahead there is if he gets like some sort of drone damage, or is able to like deny my natural one time, something like that. It was never really a thing, I think, on the old patch either. Because you can always just check your natural with the second overload, right? And even if you get it up, it's like, it forces some amount of links, but you just delay fighting it until you have like, 2 queens and like 10 links, and then you clean it up pretty easily. And then it's a pretty even position from there. Maybe we could try some 3 ladder at this point. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely more common in TVP, I think. Though I'm not an expert in that matchup.
새로운 여왕 준비됨.
Oh. Bad.
여왕 생성 성공. 새로운 여왕 준비됨.
Should realistically be able to do more there, I think. But doesn't even have a factory, so no real worries here for us.
수 없는 명령임. 여왕 생성 진화 완료. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있습니다.
Okay. It's gonna be one of those kinds of games, huh? B.
병 새로운 여왕 준비됨. 군단이 진화했음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 병 완료.
They're so fucking slippery, aren't they?
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 유전자 군단 병력 병력이 공격받고 있음. 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단이 진화했음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is not a thing. I think the only way this ever works is if I stay on like super low eco and try to kill him, like with Lingbane or something, because there's a PF in the front. Or if I try to go with like Muta or something, it could be decent, I guess. But with this kind of setup, don't think it's possible to lose. I guess no upgrades either. We have 3-3. I could have just blown this PF up as well with the Banelings and I would have ended the game a lot sooner. Yeah, I mean, he kind of did the same here, but like he doesn't have enough stuff to actually like you can just ignore the ghost when you have this kind of economy and just kill his economy. And the game is very simple. But ghosts actually suck versus, or like not don't suck, but they're bad, not good versus Lingbane if they don't have +3. Because then they don't two-shot the Lingbane. What's its win rate in CVT? Not sure. Not that high. Be back, guys. I need some water. Hmm. It's a bit confusing.
새로운 여왕 진화 완료. 새로운 여왕 준비된 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 여왕 생성 성공. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 새로운 여왕 준비됨. 일벌레가 군단 병력을 공격하고 있음. 여왕 생성 성공. 유전자 변형된 군단 변이. 새로운 여왕 준비됨. 적이 일벌레 공격 중. 받아들일 수 없는 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군락지가 직접 공격받고 있음. 군단이 진화했음. 진화 완료. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 받아들일 수 없는 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단이 천막 조약이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 광물지대 말라버림. 천막 종양이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 천막 종양이 공격받고 있음. 진화. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 천막 종양이 공격받고 있음. 공격받고 있음. 군단이 진화했음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 진화 완료. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 변이 완료. 소집된 군단이 진화했음. 진화 완료. 왕의 고각. 광맥 소집된 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단이 진화했음.
GG. Bit of a tricky game. Like he last minute decided to go core before Nexus. Roach, thank you so much, dude. You're the man. Not for the 500 bits. Yeah, so it's like a very late third with a delayed robo as well. But we got a lot done with the Lings here. He didn't really get much done with the oracles on the other side. Four drones. Build 5 probes. So we came out in a decent spot out of this early game. Though he definitely would have died if I did something like a Queen Roach. Queen drop with a Roach all in. Which I'm not sure if we could have done reactively, like... Maybe when we see the sellouts the first time. Can reactively go for that. It's always the scenario where it's going to target as well. And not so good for us. I guess here, we could have just reactively... Like, cancel this, start lair, start roach, start overload speed, make roaches, and go. Yeah, didn't get much done there. Oh, I completely forgot what matchup I was playing. That's not good. Not good at all. Oh. Is it me or is it him? It's fortunate for us if he drops, because we're in big trouble this game. 'Yeah, it's a bad situation for us, but saved by the bell, I guess. Levin is here. What's up, Brosig? We played N8 today because we couldn't find any games on Korea server, and we just swapped back to Korea like 30 minutes ago or so. We played 2 games since then. What do you think about this, Brosig? Command center first, into barracks, into third command center, into 2 more command centers, into Ghost Academy and eBay, into PF International. This is the variety I needed. Aaron is finally swarming again. Hashtag variety, yeah. Yeah, maybe that's what Terra needs, you know? Like, when they salvage stuff, they actually get back more money than they bought it for. You know, because the prices go up over time. It could be fun. Put me in charge of the balance. Future craft good, yeah. Inflation. True. Oh, got that match I was playing again. Is there a probe waiting for me here? No? Okay. W.
여왕 생성 성공. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
Huh? Okay, that's a move. Ever seen one?
진화 완료. 새로운 여왕 준비됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 병력이 공격받고 있음. 새로운 여왕.
No, I don't like. I've tried pantsuits like 4 times now. Like he keeps going to the overseer first for some reason. It's really, really annoying.
공격받고 있음.
I'm not sure why this keeps happening. It happens only with my queen hotkey, and I'm not sure why it is. Maybe I'm like misclicking tab as I'm pressing the queen hotkey or something. Like so many times where I try to like select my queens and pursues where I just got this selected instead. It's weird. Weird, weird, weird. Yeah, these new Colossus Alliance are pretty strong, I think. With sentries. Because they're actually not bad versus Roach Ravager now, with new damage. GG. Sadly, the song command died. I'm not sure what happened to it, but not working anymore. There's a playlist command you can use. Obviously, it's not the same. I think this is from the, what's it called? Imitation game? Is that what it is? Nice.
새로운 너 준비됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음.
It's pretty bad for us, for sure. It's a bad situation to be in for us. For sure.
군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 새로운 여왕 준비됨. 받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 여왕 생성. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 받아들일 수 없는 군단이 진화했음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 변이 완료. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 진화 완료. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 유전자. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단이 진화했음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 유전자 변형됨. 군단 변이 됨. 광물지대 말라버림. 진화 완료. 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력 유전자 공격받고 있음. 변형됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 진화 완료. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 변이 완. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 변이. 받아들일 수 없는 병기. 변이 된. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군락지가 직접 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 유전자 변형됨. 군단 별이 됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군락지가 직접 공격받고 있음. 바다 광맥 소진됨. 말라버림. 군락지가 직접 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 군락지가 직접 공격받고 있음. 변이 완료. 변이 완료. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 유전자 변형됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 광맥 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 광맥 소진됨. 군단 병락지가 직접 공격받지대 말라버림. 광맥 소진됨. 받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 공격받고 있음. 광맥 고갈병. 군락지가 직접 공격받고 있음. 광맥 고갈됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 광물지대 말라버림. 소진됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 소진됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 에스핀 바늘처럼 물지대 말라버린. 직접 공격받고 있음. 군단 물지대 말라버린 일벌레가 공격받고 있음.
For some reason my
에스핀 군단 병력이
things
공격받고
didn't go.
변이 완료. 광맥 소진됨. 군단 병력이 공격받고 있음. 광맥 소진됨. 유전자 변형됨. 군 에스핀 반응천 고갈됨. 광물지대 받아들일 수 없는 명령임. 군단 병력이
GG. No GG. Yeah, I mean, you need to actually expand. Like, you need to actually play the game somewhat. You can't just sit there on 2 bases and then 3 bases and then 4 bases. It's... No, he really couldn't. At this point. At this point, he was cooked. No nukes. I mean, nukes are expensive. Like, they're like a luxury thing. And we had like some anti-nuke stuff set up, right? Yeah, I mean, he could have done some Liberator multi-prong for sure, but like, he wasn't even playing the game, right? It only makes sense to do that if he is like actually trying to take positions on the map. Then it makes sense to like spread the fight out a little bit, but like his only way to win this game ever, the way he's playing it, is to trade super efficiently. Like, it doesn't really matter if he does multi-prong if he's not gonna capitalize on it and actually take some part of the map, right? Yeah. If he's just gonna sit there, then... I mean, rebuilding drones isn't really an issue for me at this part in the game. Assuming I would lose some. Like, I have 114 drones and 38 larva and 3k minerals, you know, like... I'm not saying that you're wrong, like, that is the correct way to play the game, but he is not playing the game in the correct way, because you can't just start spamming command centers on 2 bases and expect to win, because you need to actually play the game and fight for the map, right? Like, he had a good start this game too. But if you give up complete map control, it's never going to work, right? He needs to at least like make sure he gets to mine like these spaces. I guess not all of them. Like, he can sack one of them. Like, he can either give up this space or this space, but he needs to at least mine from, you know, at the very minimum 5 bases. Even that it's a lot to give up. Yeah, I mean, this is how you punish somebody who doesn't play the game, like, just sits there. You just make 100+ drones and mine out the map. Not really. I mean, in this specific case, yes, I could just like rush Broodlords, I guess. They would maybe end the game, but if he makes Vikings, he makes Thors, and suddenly I can't kill him, and instead of making 100 drones, I've made a bunch of Broodlords, and then suddenly he can play the game. Like, the way I play it here is like the way to never lose the situation, right? And that's the thing about like a turtling Terran, is like the main way you lose is by trying to kill them. If you commit to like actually killing them, then that's the one way that you can actually lose the game. It's so much simpler to just do this. Just 110 drones and just mine the entire map. It would be another 10 minutes probably, yeah, but he can't win the game at this point. Like, at this point, we already mined too much of the map. Like, once this space starts to run dry, the game is basically over. Because he hasn't even started to take this space yet, right? If he had this space the entire time, then it would be a different game for sure. No lurker tech? No, lurkers are really bad versus ghost. They're good if there is no ghost on the field, but once they have a high number of ghosts, lurkers are completely useless. He actually didn't have +3 attack, which is a big mistake. Like, it's an extra shot for Ghost to kill Banelings now, which is actually very big. Is it good to inspire lurkers? No, not really. Like, the Ghost just killed them for free. Yeah, I mean, this point is completely dead, right? Because he's been on 4 bases this entire time. Yeah. All right, guys. It's getting time for dinner for me. I think I'm gonna call it a day here. I'm gonna try experimenting with like playing earlier in the day. I think in the coming weeks. Just see if we can play NA a bit more, maybe to get games, because it's a struggle to find games on Korea server these days. So yeah. Hope you all enjoyed the stream, guys. Gonna find somebody to raid. Yeah. I also recently started a Patreon where I'm mostly doing coaching stuff. So if you guys are interested in coaching or you just want to support the stream, check out the Patreon. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, who do we raid, guys? Who do we raid? Don't really recognize many of these streamers right now. Let's raid Pig. He's playing Zero Space. All right, bye guys.